glad that we are celebrating our 6th anniversary, and on this occasion, we would like to share a small testimony with you.
As you can see, our little family member also wants to participate in the video. But yeah, it's just been a joy because we're new parents. We just we delivered the baby on May 21st, and we're so thankful that the church was there supporting in prayer and in whatever ways you guys have helped us. And we just want to thank the church to support us. And yes, thank you for praying, and so glad to be a part of this church and enjoy this community life here.
We've been a part of the Bridge family since the time we arrived in Bangalore in November 2020. It's been such a joy to be part of this church, where we have a number of old friends like Ezek and Rach and Paul and Shanti. We have worked together for a number of years, and it's a joy to be part of the same church together. And of course, we have family here. That's also a very special joy. And not just that, we made a number of new friends over the past months, and we've just enjoyed being part of the family. Life groups have been something very exciting. We have so enjoyed our life together, sharing, encouraging, praying for one another, and sharing food. Swiggy takes food packets across. We've given quite a bit of a business to Swiggy, and so we share food and we enjoy. There's a sense of family, a sense of belonging that we have in the life group and the church. So we want to say a big thank you. Thank you for the way you have received us, the way you've encouraged us and been mindful of us. We had packets of food, we had meals arriving when we got here. Thank you for your great receiving us and taking us into this wonderful family of God. We love Bridge Church. We believe good things for us. We believe good things God has said. When Jesus said, I will build my church, we are believing God to build Bridge Church with all our history behind us and the things that God has built into us over the years. We are believing God for Bridge Church to be a blessing into the city and being with God in His mission to reach this nation. Thank you, Bridge Church. We love you guys.
Hi Church, Vinny and I would like to use this opportunity to give testimony and give thanks especially to the Lord Almighty for helping us, actually journeying with us through the testing time we had through the months of April and May when we were both brought down with COVID. It was truly a challenging, and if I were to be entirely honest, a little bit scary. But through this time we knew that we were safe, that we were cared for, and that we would get through this. So I really want to give thanks to God for having planted a hedge around us and protected us through this, and also for all those people that kept coming through for us, those people that we knew personally and otherwise.
Yeah, we had so many people helping us out throughout that time, practical help, like ensuring that we got the medicines that we needed. We had somebody cooking food for us for a whole 2-week period, somebody we don't even know, and the church family and others who stood with us, who prayed for us, who checked on us. Even though we were technically alone here and isolated, people didn't let us feel that way because we knew that we were covered in prayer. I want to thank God that He brought us together as a family during this time. Even though Noel and I were both struggling with our health, we kind of helped each other, took turns to take care of Kiara, and we especially want to thank God for Kiara because she displayed no symptoms at all. She was healthy and active and happy throughout that period, and that means a lot for us because we don't know what we would have done if something had happened to her or if Noel's oxygen levels had dropped below 90. There were all of these questions and doubts in our minds, but we didn't need to worry about all of those things really. When we look at it in hindsight, God took care of all of our needs, and we really want to thank God and for the people around us for just being there for us during this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Good day, Bridge Church, and on this anniversary and on this milestone of the church, we thought it would be a nice time to share a testimony of our own. And this has been a prayer for a long time, and God has finally answered our prayers, and we are going to be parents very soon. We want to thank God for that, and I just wanted to share this journey that we had and the involvement of Bridge Church in this as well. So I just wanted to say every day has been a milestone and a miracle. We've had our own shares of scares and delights. So things have been up and down, and in all these things, I want to acknowledge that our life groups have been so connected with us. The church has been connected with us, and you've been praying for us and remembering us and calling us every once in a while. So this has been real encouragement to us in many ways, and we just want to specially thank Ashok and Anne and Shibu and Louis for their constant fervency in prayer and encouragement to us.
Yes, and we have been blessed as a couple and been surrounded by wonderful people of God. From past 3 years, Louis specifically prayed for me. She sat with me and prayed. Ashok and Anne also stood with us throughout all this, and they prayed for us. And I would want to say that 2020 and 2021 was a year of breakthroughs for me, and things seemed stuck physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. And I could see breakthroughs in all those areas during this time. And God specifically showed me to release control, and He spoke about trusting on Him when I didn't understand the circumstances I was going through, but He said, just trust on me even if you don't understand. And but when I started doing that, when I started working on that, consciously releasing my control, my anxieties, my fear, my worry, and I would say that wasn't easy. It was a process, it was a long process. But as I started working on it, God took no time to bless us. And when I started declaring His promises in my life and declaring that whatever it is, God, I trust on you and it's your timing. And just all those declarations, when I started doing that, God just took no time to bless us. I want to thank you all again for encouraging us and for praying for us. Thank you.
My name is Esther, and I want to share my testimony of how God helped me through my last year of school. In October, God showed me a song called Famous Fool by Torrin Wells and Jen Johnson. And the words are, make way through the waters, walk me through the fire, do what you are famous for, what you are famous for. Shut the mouths of lions, bring dry bones to life, and do what you are famous for, what you are famous for. During my exam week, when my dad would drop and pick me up from school in the car, I would always play this song and declare that God would do what He's famous for. Now my exam's finished. I was nervous, but I was just relieved. I just wanted to collapse on the bed, burn my past papers, and just be over with it. But on this day, I got the news that there was a mess up in my paper, which was not my fault, and I wouldn't be giving the grade for the subject. And I was just really upset, and I was just wondering, what's happening, God? What's happening? Why is this happening? But my family, I just trusted God, and we just kept on declaring this song into my life that God would do what He is famous for. Then God gave me another song called Graves into Gardens. The bridge, it's where they say, He'll turn your mourning to dancing. He's the only one who can. And I just took this song, trusting God, and confidently declared it into my situation. My birthday week came and my exam results happened to come on the same week. I was like, great, something else to disappoint me. But my mom and dad kept on telling me, don't worry, because God will do what He's famous for. I assumed the night before my results came, I would be like so nervous, and I went to bed that night and these two songs just kept on playing in my head and I was able to sleep perfectly fine. The results came, and when my dad opened it, he screamed out 4 A stars in A and a B. Now the subject which I was told I wouldn't get the grade in, I got an A star, which is usually not given for this subject. And I'm just sitting amazed and screaming and thanking God. My face was a mix of an emoji with stars in its eyes and a shocked face. It was like whatever happened in the past 2 months never happened. God made way through the waters. He walked me through the fire. He did what He was famous for. And later on, my uncle called and told me that God turned your mourning to dancing. And he didn't even know that God gave me that song. I'm just still amazed today how God spoke to me through these 2 songs. And no matter how awful the situation may be, we have to keep on declaring God's unfailing love into our lives, because God will always make a way.
We're really grateful that we've been so blessed over this past year. God has really been gracious to us and kept us safe during delivery and all the hospital visits for Sasha.
Yeah, and also the fact that I got to stay back home. Usually my work requires me to travel a lot, but in the past 1.5 years I got to stay at home, be with Sitara during her pregnancy and watch Sasha growing up. That's been interesting.
Also, most recently we've moved houses, which typically is a stressful process, but we've been able to do it safely with as little interaction as possible, which is really important during this time. And we just want to thank God for keeping us safe really over this past year and healthy.
As our family, our extended family, God has kept our extended family safe. Also, Arun and Joyanne moved very close to us, so that's been a good community for us. Also want to thank God that we are going to get the vaccine really soon, in like half an hour. So that's God's provision.